Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what? Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day Californian shit!
Alright. Let's look at this stupid... I'm here for some stupid bullshit. This is... We're only going to get so far. This is, if you're unaware, a big-ass spreadsheet of games that are deemed woke or not woke. If you've been on the internet for some time, especially in this space, this general space of political bullshit, for the last 6 months or so, you've probably seen this. I've seen it. I've seen some examples from it. I have not actually gone through it myself or looked at it myself, and I was curious to pull it up and see exactly what this is all going to look like. The list. It is the list. It is a very, very stupid list from the examples I have seen, and we'll probably not obviously go through every single name and every single game on this list, but I would like to go through and at least pick out the games that I'm also explicitly familiar with and I have played, and talk about how shallow and pointless the thinking that goes into a list like this to begin with. So, without further ado, let's get into this. First off, Starfield. We did play this game. I played this game on stream for a whole 6 hours. Pronouns! Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Starfield. According to them, their review, it contains overtly pro-LGBTQ and pro-DEI messaging. Pronoun selection, including the option for they, them. Uses body type 1 and 2 instead of male or female. Improbably diverse NPCs in all areas. Now, what is pro-LGBT, pro-DEI messaging? The fact that gay people and or people who are not white exist? Is that it? Pronoun selection, including for they, them. Pronouns are just... This is basic English. This is not complex. This is just... It is what it is. People being referred to as they, them in the singular. That's just a thing. That's just how people talk. It's been a thing for a very, very long time. I think the earliest example I've seen is like back to Shakespeare. It's literally fucking old. It's something that's been done for a long, long time. It's something you learn in like the 2nd or 3rd grade. They use body type 1 and 2 instead of male or female. Wouldn't this be like pro RPG? Like this is what I never understand, especially when it's about games that are about RPGs and stuff. Because I feel like having more fluidity in the way you create your character makes more sense. Like if I wanted a character to be what I consider as male or female, or as male, if I wanted them to be more, broad or more thinned out, rather than being a character I want to be male has to be broad, or if I want a character that I want to be female has to be lean. Why can't I select my own? It's a fucking RPG. Like, the whole point is to create your character in the way that you want to fit into this universe. And then, obviously, improbably diverse NPCs in all areas. What is the probable amount of diversity in the far future when they're colonizing the Andromeda Galaxy? What the fuck does that even mean? What do you mean improbably? Do you know how diverse the human population is going to look on Alpha Centauri? Like, is that something you have concrete knowledge of? Because there's no fucking foundation for that. It's a fucking sci-fi game. There is no probable amount of diverse NPCs. It's just not a thing that exists. That's not how that works. Like, what? Baldur's Gate 3, I've also put... Well, not also. I didn't put that much time into Starfield. I have put several hundred hours into Baldur's Gate 3, though. Sci-fi of its nature is woke since Star Trek, yeah. A lot of it is, because, it's supposed to be... The whole point about progressivism is that it's supposed to be about the future, so obviously a lot of sci-fi is progressive by nature. Even Warhammer, which they will try to claim, which obviously Warhammer still does have its things, like their... like the Imperium is still fascist and stuff like that, but like they don't have any explicit bias towards people that are homosexual or what do you call it, of different races. Like, they don't care. Their problem is having body type A and B goes against the traditional sexes, and it could lead to blending of... Yeah, I know. I know why they're doing it, because they think that, you know, being crossbred, having interracial relationships is such a fucking taboo for really, really hateful people, that the AI chat and Frank chatbot would probably tell us to be more tolerant towards. Like, I understand why, but there's no logic to it outside of, oh, we don't like it when black people and white people have children. That is that is exactly where it is. But they can't say it, and their logic is not going to hold up in the same way. It's a crockpot. Baldur's Gate 3 is woke, but why the fuck is Hogwarts on the stamp list? Hold on. We can look. Hogwarts Legacy contains overtly LGBTQ messaging, pro-DEI, 1800 Scotland somehow has diverse LGBTQ plus characters and uses body type. So also, here's the thing. 1800 Scotland somehow has diverse LGBTQ characters. 1800 Scotland also didn't have fucking elves and wizards. What the fuck? What? This is like the same thing as Starfield. What is the probable amount of diversity in the far future? What the fuck are you even talking about? It doesn't even... Even like with the logic of the fake bullshit that they try to peddle of like 1800 Scotland wouldn't have this or this. So, Hogwarts Legacy is a trans character? You have magical wooden sticks that fire fireballs and other bullshit, and you have flying books and trolls and dragons and shit. Is that really, is that where the line gets drawn? I'm being facetious here, but yeah. Is it really where the line gets drawn? For the logic, is that as far as it goes? I like how it's like overtly pro-LGBTQ plus if it like includes it whatsoever. Let's see. Pal World, we played a little bit of this. This graph is made horribly. Overtly pro-LGBTQ plus messaging, body type in place of biological sex. Is there gay characters in Pal World? I didn't know Pal World had a story or characters to begin with. We played that game for like a solid 10 hours or so. I don't remember running into a gay character. Were there gay pals? Elden Ring? I did play this one. Contains overtly pro-LGBTQ plus. It also has incestuous characters. I thought that that would be something they like. Body type in place of biological sex. Okay. Yeah, Elden Ring is woke, guys. It's it's not worth your time. Not recommended. Assassin's Creed 3. Pro-DEI messaging. Out-of-place diversity in an 18th American... This game is made by a multicultural theme. The thing of this game was made by a multicultural team of various religions, faiths, and beliefs has been there for all of the Assassin's Creed games. Are you telling me that Assassin's Creed was woke in like 2006, 2005? Is that what you're telling me? Because that's been a thing that they've had in every games. Also, pro-DEI, out-of-place diversity. He's a Native American in 18th century America. That's where they were. They were still around at that point. They hadn't all been killed off yet. What are you talking about? They hadn't been genocided by by our own country yet. You play a Native American or trained by a black man? Oh yeah, because obviously black people weren't in America during the Revolution. That's obviously. Suicide Squad contains LGBT messaging, overtly DEI. Deadshot is black, I guess. Anti-patriarchy messaging. Race swaps Deadshot. Okay, I guess. this character who you don't give a shit about. Deadshot is not a character that anybody cared about until he was added into the Suicide Squad movie in like 2016. LGBT flags and shames the patriarchy. Why is the patriarchy such a thing to be defended? I feel like that's doesn't make any sense. Modern Warfare, all of the Call of Duty games. Pride flags, that's it. That's exclusively it. Pride flags, not recommended. Too woke. Scientology is now woke. Elrod was a black man. Maybe. Informational contains subtly pro-LGBTQ plus imagery. There's a rainbow graffiti present on one of the buildings. So having a rainbow at all means it is subtly pro-LGBTQ. So what is not LGBTQ? Like, your game has to say we hate gay people and we wish they would be burned at the stake to not be pro-LGBT? Is that like, is that your standard? Is the game has to explicitly say that it's against it, or that like they hate gay people? Otherwise, it's pro-LGBTQ because there's a rainbow on the side of a building in one of the levels? That is fucking it. You have to be like schizophrenic to find any of this informational. Undertale. Overtly pro-LGBTQ, non-binary characters. Aren't characters in the game? Like, there's a robot, and a flower is one of the main characters. Is the flower supposed to be a he or a she? What? Including the player character. The player character is... I thought the player character is left vague on purpose so that anyone playing it could fit into it. And there's a homosexual relationship. Oh, I didn't know that. Undertale's been woke. Yeah, they're all woke. They're all woke. They're all bad. Cave Story Plus from 2011 contains... I don't even know what the fuck that is. This is our first not woke game. Okay, it's a Japanese platformer from 2011. Okay, that's why it's not woke, because it literally has nothing to it. Red Dead Redemption 2... Pro-DEI, several minor characters espouse modern-day political sentiments. Yeah. Behaves the same way a modern-day feminist would. I don't think so. I think what they, especially like what the stereotype of like a feminist is not Sadie Adler. Because come on, like you're telling me that your idea, when you think of a modern day feminist creator of this schizophrenic list, the idea in your head of a modern day feminist is a woman who's like trained to fight and kill hordes of men en masse and is successful at doing so. I feel like you wouldn't agree with that sentiment. Sadie wanted respect and revenge. It's literally as simple as fuck. You have to literally think of women as lesser to hold that opinion. Skyrim, Oblivion, Fallout, all of the Fallout games, actually. Holy shit. But these are all informational. So they like these games. They just want to have an excuse for why they like these games. You just said Undertale is woke as shit and you can't play it because two characters can have a homosexual relationship. In Fallout 4, there's homosexual romance options. You could fuck every single guy in that game. What do you mean? So, like, if it's optional in Undertale, woke, bad, gay. If it's optional in Fallout, well, you know, it's there. Be aware of it. That is such fucking bullshit. That is such a cop-out. It's all just homosexual romance options. Hold on. Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. LGBTQ messaging. Optional homoeroticism. Speaks in a suggestive way and has the player engage in homoerotic behavior to progress the story. Pro or anti is unclear, so you can't even make up your fucking mind. That's insane. GTA 5 features multiple minor LGBTQ plus NPCs. Cool. So having them exist, so you don't think that there's any... You people, like, the schizophrenics behind this list stereotype California as the land of blue-haired gays. But GTA, which takes place in LA, like, yeah, sure, whatever. It's whatever the fuck they call it. Los Santos? It's Los Santos. It's LA. Are you telling me that LA, especially in... It didn't come out 2015, it came out 2013. You telling me LA wouldn't have gay people? Is that is that so fucking hard to believe? Borderlands 2 and 3 are woke. Playable character wears a non-binary pin in Borderlands 3. And one of the characters is bisexual. They're forcing it on you guys. They're forcing you to play as a bisexual character. The pre-sequel have dialogue revealing homosexual or bisexual tendencies. So that means that the characters are also bisexual in that game. What? LA is woke as fuck? Yeah, LA is like the home of the... Outside of San Francisco, LA is the home of the gays. Why would a place that is trying to mimic the culture and people of LA not include gay people? What? Metro? Oh, the first two Metro games have no woke content. Metro Exodus features multiple frontline female combatants who are also leaders. So women fighting, but are also in charge of other people, means it's woke, because that's never happened ever in history, guys. Women don't fight, historically. Retroactive removal of sex selection from the character creation menu. Okay. Sid Meier's. Civilization 5 contains no woke content, but Civilization 6 contains pro-DEI messaging. Historically unimportant female leaders, global warming, and carbon capture mechanic. Global warming is woke, guys. Global warming is woke. Team Fortress 2 is woke because they did a charity tournament for the Trevor Project. Isn't that a trans thing? Suicide prevention for LG. Okay, so it's a suicide prevention thing. Guys, suicide prevention is woke. We would actually prefer if gay people killed themselves, so this game is woke and bad. But it only became woke in August of 2024. So the game came out in 2007, and between 2007 and 2024, which is 14 years? 17 years? No, 14. I'm getting my numbers wrong. So for 14 years, the game is not woke, but because they gave money to an LGBTQ suicide prevention thing in August of 2024, now the entire game is woke and not worth, even though the community event that was raising money for it, I'm assuming, doesn't even exist anymore. So you were woke once, and now you're woke and bad and gay forever. Not worth playing. Even though if you played this game today, you would not be... If you were so worried about contributing to the Trevor Project, if you played it today, you would not be contributing to it. Because the game is also free to play, so you don't even need to spend money on the game or give money to Valve to play it. But this whole list is games that are on Steam. So if you're spending money on Steam, you're also giving money to Valve, which is woke. So should you just avoid Valve altogether and Steam altogether? Oh, but also Epic Games. The Epic Games launcher is woke because Fortnite definitely has gay people in it. So you should probably avoid the Epic Games launcher. And, you know, also your computer is probably something adjacent to Microsoft and or Dell and all these other tech companies that are all woke and gay and, you know, change their logos to be a rainbow once a year. So you should probably just stop using your computer. You should probably just, like, go outside. And, like, the least woke thing I can think about doing when you're outside in nature is, like, laying down on a train track. And I think that would solve all your problems. The Witcher 3, pro-LGBTQ, okay. Several characters are homosexual individuals. The exposition includes light social commentary. Let me tell you, The Witcher, this goes for all three of the Witcher games, The Witcher is not light social commentary. the whole series is based on morality. Like the quote, if I had to choose between one evil and another, I'd rather not choose. The whole thing is social fucking commentary. Like it's all, like it's about the dangers of like centrism effectively. Like the whole thing is that like Geralt wants to be like a middleman. He wants to stay out of everyone's business, but everyone's business affects him. So him being a centrist and kind of staying out of the politics of everything around him is the thing that's like contributing to the death of his species. Order versus chaos, kind of. That's like the more fantological ideas of it, but it's not exclusively. It's more about like the morality play on things. As somebody who put hundreds of hours into The Witcher 3 and even made like my own D&D system for a Witcher campaign. Subnautica's woke. Hold on. Anti-gun? How is Subnautica anti-gun? He stated he chose not to put guns in the game as one vote towards a world with less guns. So anti-gun is woke? What are you going to do with guns in Subnautica? Are you going to shoot the Leviathan underwater? Guns wouldn't help you. Hold on. From Software is woke. Why in Sekiro contains no woke content? But we know that From Software and Activision especially, they put LGBTQ skins in COD. They're woke. So why are you giving them money to play Sekiro if they're woke? Like, I thought the whole point of this was to avoid the wokeness, but you're giving all of these Dark Souls, all these Dark Souls games, these are all From Software. They're all woke. Why are you giving monies to these woke companies, dude? What the fuck? Helldivers. Subtly pro-DEI messaging. What is the... Oh, it's a mixed race family. Sorry, I forget that we're not allowed to have interracial families. No clear distinction between male or females aside from voice options. Are you telling me that, like, if you... Is that like the whole we could always tell, but like they never can and they never do and they always get it wrong? Counter-Strike. Female agent skins, including a female Navy SEAL and female SWAT officers. I guess. Cyberpunk is woke, obviously. Transhumanism messaging. A trans character and flag. Hold on. Is transhumanism woke? Is the idea of becoming a cyborg, fellas, is it gay to be a cyborg? Or do they think that transhumanism, the whole thing of like, where's the line between machine and man, do they think that transhumanism has to do with being transsexual? Because that's not the same thing. Body modification encouraged. Oh yeah, Space Marines are transhuman. That's also true. It'll be funny if the Space Marine game is on here. Left 4 Dead, no woke content. Isn't it? Hold on, I thought there's a troubling amount of diversity in those games. They have black people. Half the cast in Left 4 Dead 2 is black. I feel like wouldn't that count as an abnormal number of pro-DEI characters? I haven't played any of these. Warframe. Oh, it has pride flags, so obviously. I haven't played these. Castle Crasher. The gender of all knights is up to the interpretation of the player. Woke. The characters are whatever gender you are so you could affiliate with them. Woke. Gay. Battle Block Theater contains no woke content. I can tell you that's wrong. Portal is no woke content, but Portal 2 is anti-patriarchy. All male characters are portrayed negatively and as less competent than the female characters. There's one female character. There's one male character. There's one male character and one female character in that story. Like Chell, but nothing about Chell as a female has anything to do with the story. I mean, neither does Wheatley or GLaDOS. So because Wheatley's the bad guy and GLaDOS is like helping you out? Woke? Oh, God. Ooh, Bioshock Infinite. Contains anti-Western society and overtly pro-DEI messaging. heavy social commentary on racism. So because they're saying that racism is bad, it's how dare you make fun of racism? We like being racist. Gay people in BioShock and BioShock Remastered. I'm surprised BioShock 2 isn't woke. The whole point of BioShock isn't BioShock anti-capitalist by nature? But it contains no woke content, guys, because the only thing that's woke is gay, and when we arbitrarily assign wokeness to something else. Gary's mod contains anti-free speech messaging, retroactively introduced a blanket prohibition on Nazism. So, being anti-Nazi is anti-free speech, obviously. We want to be Nazis loud and proud, guys. Which is funny because you are still allowed. Like the only you can it's funny because you can join terrorist organizations in America. They just happen to be white, and they just happen to be the Klan and like the Proud Boys, which are just Nazis. But you're allowed to do that. That is, America still considers that to be free speech. As much as it shouldn't. Those people should probably be beat to death with crowbars, allegedly, in Minecraft, or whatever the fuck. But, like, you're not losing this fight. Like, you're technically on top right now. Are you that mad that Gary's mod said you can't be a Nazi? I don't recognize many of these. Battlefront is pro-LGBTQ. Changed the self-inflicted death message from player killed himself into player killed themself. That feels like they just corrected a grammar mistake. Again, half of the characters you can play as in Battlefront are robots who are not he nor she. They are they because they are fucking robots. So, player killed himself into player killed themself is just more accurate for everything in the game. Not to mention there are female characters in the game as well. You can play as like Princess Leia and shit. So like, wouldn't it be a thing that like if you jumped off a ledge as Princess Leia and it said player killed himself? That would be the original the original that they had was actually in promotion of transsexuality. Because it would state a player killing themselves as Princess Leia as killing himself and not herself, which makes it pro-trans. It's fucking stupid. I mean, obviously, it's all fucking stupid. But, God, there's so much here. How do you have so much hate in your life for this shit? Battlefield, DEI, obviously. Wolfenstein. Okay, I'm excited to see this one. Contains pro-DEI messaging. Flashbacks retcon the player's character previously established background, so he now had an abusive racist father. This was not retconned. They never talked about his father in Wolfenstein 1, or the New Order. Main character is saved by his strong pregnant girlfriend who manages to fight off a wave of Nazis. I mean, yeah, I guess like the pregnant Anya thing is like cringe, but is it woke? Grace Walker is leader of a Black Power group and constantly engages in feminist, anti-male, and anti-white rhetoric. So do you think that in 1960s America that Black Power, anti-male, anti-white groups didn't exist? Like Scum existed in the early 20th century. These things have existed for a long time. This isn't like a new radical third wave feminism idea. Things like Scum have existed for a long time, you know? It's more historically accurate to have that in the game. But these people don't know what history is. Overwatch 2 is obviously gay. Saints Row, oh wow. Pro-DEI, diverse group of female combatants. Characters fighting back against unfair economic situation. Whoa. Inaccurate people of color Vikings. Oh, the multicultural team thing. Okay, I guess. Many options for gender and sexual orientation. It's The Sims. Would you want people to be able to create themselves any way whatsoever? I feel like that's the standard for The Sims. Siege, pro DEI messaging, diverse, and LGBTQ plus characters. What is diverse? Again, what does this even fucking mean? Spider-Man Remastered, prominently displayed pride flags. Again, New York, blue as fuck New York. Do you not think that if you walk down like 3rd Avenue or whatever in New York that you're not going to see a pride flag hanging out of a window? Do you think that New York is devoid of rainbows whatsoever in the real world, which it is trying to be a creation of? There's a game called Non-Binary. Guys, are you confused with the fact that that's woke? There's an Alex Jones game? No woke content, obviously. No, it has woke content. Alex Jones is famously anti-Nazi. That's woke, guys. It's woke to be anti-Nazi. Alex Jones is anti-Nazi. Well, at least he was. Now with the current administration being Nazis, maybe that'll change. I still don't. Oh, there's pride flags in Among Us, so Among Us is gay. Outer Worlds. Optional side quests involve homosexual characters and relationships. To get a date with a woman. I love that Parvati thing. So, like, it's really, really funny that, like, for specific games, they've, like, made the effort to be like, well, this one's optional, so it's not as woke. But in all the other games where it's also optional, or they'll even say that it's optional, it is still woke. Because we don't need to make an excuse for why we play and own this game. So obviously there's a cutout for it. Most of these I've just not even fucking heard of. ADA says unauthorized coffee cups can lower your attractiveness to your preferred gender and or sense of well-being if you have no gender attraction. Okay. Days Gone features a gay romance. Interracial and lesbians. Ugh, gross. Women and people of color. No. God, they get so fucking angry about this. Oh my god. Freddy Fish contains no woke content, guys. Putt Putt contains no woke content. Did they actually play through all these games to identify whether or not Spy Fox, no woke content. Bayonetta, no woke content. I'm pretty sure the main character is a woman. Doom, no woke content. Okay. Isn't the main villain of Doom 2016 a woman? Woke. Gay. Are the FNAF games woke? I actually have no idea. Probably. Half-Life. Again, why is Half-Life on here? We don't like Valve. Valve is gay and woke. Why are we supporting Valve, guys? What the fuck? Outer Wilds. The alien species are non-binary and uses theys, them. Okay, so the aliens who have no norms as humans do are woke because they, them. Guys, also, over here, the little cursor that shows us how far we're down on the page. We're a third through this list. Oh my god. I just can't stop reading though. It's like a car crash. A flaming anti-gay, anti-black car crash. If the guy who made this list was in a wreck and somebody who was, if a white and black couple came up to him and offered it to help him out of his car, he'd say, "No, let me die. I'd rather die." He would fucking fall apart. I love that, like, I can say that with confidence because it's definitely somebody who identifies as he who made this list. Somebody who identifies as he and has never spoken to a woman. I think the creator of this might actually be Brazilian too, if I remember right. So they didn't generate aliens that have dick and balls, so therefore woke. Rage 2, pro DEI, improbably high number of female combatants. Where do you get your number from? Where do you get your improbable statistic from? It's a story about like the far future on like a different planet. Stanley Parable, not woke. Yes, yeah. I can play Stanley. Oh, the Ultra Deluxe is fuck. God damn it. God damn it, the remaster is woke. I can't play the remaster because it refers to you as they, which is easier and more simple than saying he and or she. Fuck. Oh, God. I forget that basic grammar is... what do you call it? Woke. Darksiders 3... The NPC Lust has an androgynous appearance and is referred to using they-them pronouns. This character's voice is also not distinctly male or female. So the NPC whose whole thing is... whose whole thing is lust, and you would assume that means lust for either side of the spectrum, is purposefully androgynous and in the center of the spectrum, but therefore woke? I love the Stanley Parable. As far as I know, all the stuff in the Ultra Deluxe is not... It's the same game. I think there's more to it, like with the Stanley Parable 2 type stuff you can run into. But it's the same game. They just use they, which is, scary. Mass Effect for homosexual romance options. It's optional, so therefore, Mass Effect Andromeda. Oh no. One of the NPCs is trans. Asari have been retconned and now go by a variety of pronouns. I don't even fucking know. I never played. I couldn't get past the intro cutscene of Mass Effect. Of Andromeda. Oh man, there's so many of these. I wonder... Out of all the games on this list, do you think T. Cole is on here? And do you think they really, really like that game? Fallout 2 is woke. Because you can be gay. Okay. You earlier you said Fallout 4 was like not exactly woke because gay was being optional, but in Fallout 2 where it's also optional, now it's woke. Odyssey, oh yeah, obviously. Female character shoehorned in despite historical inaccuracy. Let's not forget the fact that Sparta literally historically had a lot of respect for women in their culture. I don't even recognize any of these. Dishonored? The DLCs inject females into various groups for diversity. Dishonored 2 has a trans... I didn't even know Dishonored 2 has a trans character. What? Death of the Outsider has an autograph that reveals the player character is bisexual. You have the option of being gay IRL, so is real life woke? Bro, you might have just broken the fucking bank. That's insane. I've never thought to think of. I never pondered that question before. Guys, Earth is woke. Humanity is woke. Star Wars Squadrons? The NPC is non-binary. Crazy that Saints Row 2 was woke because the characters were people of color talking about the system. Saints Row the Third, which also continues to have a lot of that same messaging, is less woke, even though you can have a canonically trans character. Saints Row 4, again, the same. Oh, the player character is bi, so therefore, is it Lee from Walking Dead? The Walking Dead Telltale game is woke. Syndicate, woke, obviously. Command and Conquer is not woke. There you go, guys. There's another game series to go try. Fuck yeah, Plants vs. Zombies is not woke. Bejeweled is not woke. Peggle is not woke. Hell yeah. I'm pretty sure Peggle has some rainbows in it, though. The world is over. Why does sexuality? Obviously, the most important and pressing thing in a zombie apocalypse is whether or not you're into girls or not. That is the only thing that matters. So one of the characters gets Harvey Weinsteined, and that's woke to you? That's that is insane. One of the characters in Super Meat Boy is lesbian, so therefore woke. Dude, if I'm making a game, I'm making half the characters lesbian just so we can end up on this list. I don't like the characters that are like in the background that like you don't even talk to, like the NPCs you run into in the Stranded Camp in Gears 3, where it's like every other NPC has the same character model because they only have like 6 character models. I'm going to include a thing in the guide for the game that says, by the way, that one character who doesn't even have any spoken lines of dialogue is a lesbian. So you have to put it on this list. There are queer people around to witness the Big Bang. Obviously, what do you think transhumanism means? They're literally God. Corpse Party. They're just best friends. Maybe I don't know anything about Corpse Party. It says here, female character reveals she has romantic feelings for another female character. Optional gayness. Apparently it's too woke for them. Destiny 2, multiple gay characters, including trans characters. By the way, I've played every single campaign in Destiny 2. Being trans has never come up in the game once. It wouldn't surprise me that like a character who is trans exists in the game, but if they do, you have to seek that out. You have to go out of your way to find that character, because I don't fucking remember a character being like that. Firewatch, you could find hints that one of the characters you don't run into is gay. Got it. Mortal Kombat 1? What? Multiple male characters have been retconned and emasculated. Nearly all the authorities are female. Gender-swapped characters offered as DLC. Kung Jin is gay. Are they? What? What? That's not a... That was never mentioned in the story. Not that I remember. I feel like you're creating gay fanfiction. Prey? Damn, Prey is gay. Because it forces you to be gay. It's shoving it down your throat. Wouldn't Prey, whether or not the player chooses to be male or female, they had a past romantic relationship with a female NPC. Wouldn't, if you're making this list, wouldn't you like that? Wouldn't you, like, if you're picking, like, I feel like, are you so anti-gay that, like, you don't even like lesbians, dude? I don't mind. Yeah. They can't be forced in, but it's like, they literally, like, you have to seek them out and find them. That's, like, the opposite of being, like, half of these say it's optional. You have to seek it out. Woke, bad, it's being forced down our throats. They're trying to turn our children gay. It's like, shut the fuck up, you're a fucking moron. Horizon Zero Dawn. Minor gay characters talk about their same-sex partners. Okay. Gay. I guess. I'm realizing that all, like, the console-exclusive games like God of War and Gears aren't going to be on this list. And Halo and stuff. Handicapped raccoon equals gay, guys. Woke. Did you guys know woke is when handicapped raccoon? Oh my god. It is woke to be handicapped. Yes, indeed. Oh, there it is. God of War Ragnarok. The NPC Angrboda has been race swapped. No one in Norse mythology is described as having features consistent with sub-Saharan Africans. It's also, I don't know if you know this, Norse mythology isn't real. It's just not a thing that happened. The game Kindergarten is anti-family and pro-abortion. Oh, awesome. I'm gonna pick it up tomorrow. Avatar? Anti-human, anti-colonialism, and anti-Western. Aren't the same people in this group? Aren't you like pro-Eastern stuff? Like you're like, stop buying Western games, buy only from Eastern developers, so it's not woke. The being anti-Western is bad. Anti-colonialism is bad. It's gay to be anti-colonization. We want to be able to go wherever the fuck we want and kill however many indigenous people we want, in the sake of, money, because it's more important than human lives. Do they know that there are gender-neutral bathrooms in nature? Not in nature. in nature. Like, in the world? Like, that's been a thing. Like, a family bathroom has been a thing forever. Every Love's gas station I've ever been to has a gender-neutral bathroom that's sketchy and fucking awful to use. Mad Max, not woke? Fuck yeah, I'm going to continue playing Mad Max. I can guarantee they have not even played all of these games. Airplanes are woke because they have... Exactly, airplanes are fucking woke. Sleeping Dogs, not woke. Hell yeah. Black Myth Wukong, not woke. God. Lord of the Rings? Dark-skinned and or beardless dwarves. Guys, is it gay to have a dwarf without a beard? Is it their beards aren't made of steel? Like, yeah, it's uncommon for dwarves to not have beards in Tolkien's universe, but is it physically impossible for them to not have beards? Is it race mixing when dwarf no beard? That's insane. Oh my god. This is driving me insane. Mafia 2? No woke. For Honor? No! Body type 1 and 2? Frontline female combatants fighting males in melee combat. It's also fiction. I can get, like, if you're like, guys, like, if your whole thing is historical accuracy and your game is not historically accurate, I could get being like they're having the criticism of like, hey, you're trying to sell us on like a historically accurate thing, but it's not. Like, that's, that's fucked up. It's like I could understand where you're coming from, but when it's fictional, when it's sci-fi, when it's on a different planet, and you're like, there's a rainbow? Gay. You're just fucking stupid. Obviously, to hold a lot of these beliefs, you just have to be a stupid, inbred piece of shit to begin with. But it's like extra stupid, Far Cry 2, not woke. What else do we have here? Warhammer, the Horus Heresy, not woke. Fuck yeah. Let's ignore the fact that Warhammer, by the way, guys, the commander of the, I forget what it's called, but the World Eaters main ship, the ones who is Angron, who are all big and angry and big muscular men, the commander of their ship is an ordinary, regular human woman. Warhammer is woke, guys. Atomic Heart. The player character is saved by an elderly woman multiple times. Woke. Broforce is woke. Portrays various female movie characters as frontline combatants. I didn't even know Broforce had female characters. Who do they have? Fucking Ripley? They have an Amazonian? The lady from Kill Bill? I feel like those are the kind of characters that would be on the front lines. Oh, God. Car Mechanic Simulator 2021 is not woke, guys. There you go. My Singing Monsters? Yeah, you can't play that anymore. Sorry. The Forest, not woke. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of incest in that game. You have to look at gay men. Woke. I could do this list better than you. Spyro. Bombo was related to Bob. Moneybags regarding spending money on prostitutes was changed, and guns and bullets have been replaced. I don't know how that's pro DEI. Space Marine 2. The Ultramarines are improbably diverse frontline female combatants. Improbably diverse. There are millions and millions of people. There's one black Space Marine. Fuck, we're back to... what's his bullshit name? Synthetic Man. We're back to that. Shadow of War, out of place diversity? No, I loved that game. Call of Juarez? Hell yeah. Darksiders 2? Hell yeah. Darksiders? Hell yeah. Dead Space 3? Hell yeah. Doesn't Dead Space also have... There's a reason the South is red. Oh yeah, I forgot. Incest is definitely not woke. Wouldn't Dead Space 3 also have gender-neutral bathrooms because it's the same spaceship? Or no? PlanetSide is woke? Oh, they have LGBTQ banners. Senua is woke? Subtly anti-patriarchy messaging. There is no historical evidence of female... This is like where it's fucking bullshit. The character is the player character is a female warrior who takes on Norsemen and Norse gods. It's not historically accurate. They're fighting Norse gods! It's not historically accurate from the basis that you just fucking talked about! What do you mean? This game where you're fighting gods? It's not historically accurate, guys. I don't think this is woke. What the fuck are you talking about? God, you make me angry. Injustice features gay characters, Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, and Catwoman. Nice. Worms. What? Worms has removed flags and sound banks for being politically incorrect. Well, thank you for adding the context that we needed for that. Minecraft is woke because they support BLM and gay people. Fuck! God, Until Dawn? We're doing the fucking... Yeah, sorry for the headphone warning. Senua is based on it? Oh, I didn't know that. See, that'd be really cool. They don't care. Until Dawn features a black male, Asian female couple who make up less than 2% of all interracial marriages. I've definitely known people who, in my life, in my anecdotal experience, who have been black and Asian interracial. My aunt is Asian in an interracial couple with a black man. Is that as far? It's unlikely. So therefore, obviously, it's woke. It's gay for having something that's like. It also features Wendigos. You know how unlikely Wendigos are? 100%, because they're not fucking real. What are you talking about? What is this? Obviously, it's bullshit. Obviously, but what the fuck? Oh God. I'm just I'm just going for clips now. God, the big bad Futanari wolf? No! I wanted that one to be not woke so bad. Oh God. We're almost at the end. We just crossed 1600. WALL-E? What? Pro climate action. Guys, it's gay. Is it gay to be part of a statistical minority? Guys, is it gay to not like global warming? To not like the earth covered in trash? Henry Stickmin? Sam Turner is non-binary? Another character is non-binary. Both are referred to using they, them. So are they referred to using they, them pronouns, or are they non-binary? Lego Pirates of the Caribbean? Out-of-place diversity in a 17th to 18th century setting, including improbable female pirates. You do know that pirates of color, not people, pirates of color, and female pirates were a thing. There were multiple famous female pirates who were captains even. You also fight the Kraken and a Squid Man. They did a lot of research on Futanari games. Exactly. If he needs, I'll do the next one too. Mortal Kombat 11. Jack's ending has him preaching about racism against black people in the U.S. He wants to make Outworld great again. Jax is... gay is when mad about racism. God. Warhammer Vermintide, not woke. POC Pirates of Color, hell yeah. Yeah, Planet Coaster, yeah, because there's an I didn't even know you had an avatar in Planet Coaster. I feel like that's the most useless thing to have. Darktide is woke. Body type. Oh, okay. You can also play as a literal ogre in that game. Flight Simulator? Despite white males being 90% of pilots, the presets are overwhelmingly options for people of color. Fellas, is it woke to be black and be mad when you're the victim of racist attacks? Oh my god. Avowed pronouns, obviously. Far Cry Primal. No support of matriarchal societies existing during the Stone Age. 2 NPCs are gay. Fellas, is it gay to be a gay caveman? I don't think there's any support for any kind of society or any figures existing during the Stone Age. We don't have records of it. Whether or not they were matriarchal or patriarchal, we just don't know. What do you fucking mean? And yes, it is just straight up racism. Awoke. I want to play it. I'll have to get into it at sometime soon. Major character is revealed to be gay. Aww. I can't play Jedi anymore. Oh, God. Geometry Dash? Not woke. Shadow of Mordor. Multiple improbable human-female frontline combatants. And an unlikely Haradrim officer fighting for Gondor. Do you know the logistical probabilities of who and what are fighting in Gondor in Lord of the Rings? Do you have the insider knowledge? You've spoken to Theoden, the king of Gondor himself? Are you fucking kidding me? Mortal Kombat X. King Jun is gay. Cool. Prototype, anti-family messaging. What? Prototype is anti-family? Yeah, I want to look at this. His parent... Fellas, is it gay to have divorced parents? Is it anti-family to have divorced parents, fellas? Oh god. Prototype 2, the character's black now. Cool. That's gay. Fellas, is it is it DEI to have a white character and then in the sequel have it be a black character? The campaign player character is an Imperial Special Forces commander who's a woman of color in Battlefront 2. So the thing is, Star Wars has no pre-existing anything for you. Can't even claim historical accuracy. The only reason you think that this is improbable or shouldn't be a thing is because you believe that female people of color, somebody who's black and also female at the same time, would be incapable of being special forces. The super special, Death Star special forces from Star Wars. On top of that, why? The only exclusive reason you could believe that is if you think that women and people of color and female people of color especially are literally inferior and incapable of doing something like that. Literally physically. Because you can't even play the stupid bullshit card of, it's not historically accurate. It's Star Wars. It's Star Wars. There is no any basis for that. It's Star Wars. There are space wizards. You just hate black women. Well, women and black people and anything that is not straight white Aryan man. But what? God. Far Cry 4, women. Black Ops, women. Call of Duty, women. Homefront portrays the U.S. and its allies weaker than North Korea. Maybe because it's a different alternate universe? Assassin's Creed? Oh, because the multicultural team, they were way ahead of the game, guys. They were doing that shit in 2007. The NPC Mary Reed engages in cross-dressing, which is a very real thing that it absolutely happened. Star Wars is history. It takes... Okay. It does take place a long time ago. That's true. Here they have all the Assassin's Creed games, and I want to see what they say about Freedom Cry. Anti-colonialism messaging. The player character is a former slave who fights against slavery. Fellas, is it DEI to literally fight against slavery? Oh, Jesus. They just brand all the Assassin's Creed games as woke because of the disclaimer they have in front of it. Red Dawn is also woke because the U.S. is depicted as being weaker than Russia. That's true. I was going to say Modern Warfare 2 as well when you get invaded at the White House, but it's probably also woke anyways because women. Halo Infinite? Female frontline combatants. Okay, so 500 years in the future, having women on the front lines is just not... We have aliens and a fungus, not a fungus, like a plant thing that takes over the galaxy, but having women on the front lines is too much for us, House Flipper. Pronoun selection. Okay. Magic the Gathering. Race-swapped versions of Aragorn and Gandalf. Oh, it is. Huh, that's interesting. Large number of gay people. Marvel Rivals. Anti-free speech. Because China. I guess. Fellas, is it woke to be Chinese? Yeah, women are made exclusively for the kitchen. Is there even sorting? No. It's not alphabetically listed. It's not listed by developers. It's not listed by date. It's not listed by anything. It is listed by... We added it to it. Yeah, exactly. Watch Dogs. The NPC, one of the NPCs is trans. In San Francisco. The game takes place in San Francisco. The gayest city on the planet. And you're mad that one of the characters is gay. Arkham Knight? No. Oh, there's there's gay people in it. Woke. Bad. JoJo's is gay because there's flamboyantly effeminate men. So they're they're annoyed that the guys in JoJo's are too attractive. Oh yeah, there's some really fucking awful people in every game. But you just have to remember that those are the kinds of people who get no bitches. So, like, they're not winning a life. They're just mad. Because they have literally... Like, if you're the kind of person who's... Okay, we've finally gotten to the bottom of the list. Who, like, has an actual issue... Or has, like, the gall to, like, go out and, like, talk to other actual human beings like that. Like, it's one thing leaving, like, an Instagram comment when you're, like, an edgy 16-year-old who has no idea what the fuck you're doing. But, like to be, like, talking in voice chats and stuff, your life has to be so devoid of purpose and, like, care to, like, have that kind of, like, hate in your heart. That's the same thing with, like, these lists. Like, you have to be such a hateful piece of shit who doesn't doesn't talk to anyone, and simply just, like, sits inside and, like, vibrates with, like, this insane racist energy of just, like, black, and just, like, fucking leap like the hunter from Left 4 Dead. Like, how dare you not be straight, white, and a dude? Kingdom Come 2. Anti-Western messaging. How many? At least 3. Okay, hold on. There's 10 different Fuda games on here. 10. So out of the, 1,200... out of the 1,200 something games they played through to put this together, they sat down and played a solid 10 Fuda games. The level of, like, autistic homophobia in this entire list is crazy. The fact that they, like, put this shit together is downright insane. We live, like, quite literally in the worst timeline. 10 different Fuda games, but 30 playthroughs. Yeah. Well, yeah, and racism. Yeah. And the schizophrenic racism and paranoid homophobia, off the fucking charts. Literally, these charts are insane. But yeah, that's that's about it for the gay list. God damn, dude.